Hey everybody, welcome to Veteran Muscle Fitness. Today we're going to talk about getting out and the things, the struggles that you'll go through and what can possibly help you. That some of these things have actually helped me a lot. One thing we always wonder is when we're getting out is where we're going to stay. And I did some soul searching in Hawaii, spent a lot of money living there for a year, then I went to Idaho and coached wrestling. And I wasn't really able to truly get on my feet until I actually moved back home. And I don't talk to my mom or dad, so I actually ended up staying with my grandma at my ranch because she asked me to. And so I helped out around there to really get on my feet. And then I applied for jobs and all that, which brings me to the next topic, is getting a job. When I was in Hawaii, I was trimming trees, which was great and everything like that. Paid the bills, but that's all it did was pay the bills. And then I coached wrestling in Idaho, which was fun, and worked at the bakery. But when I moved back home, I ended up working as a dishwasher at a bar, and then I bussed tables at a casino. And the jobs basically just got me by, and it wasn't anything that I actually really enjoyed. And that brings me back up to dealing with people. Dealing with coworkers can be really frustrating, simply because they don't know what you've done, and then some of these people, this is the only job they've ever had, especially working in the kitchen or bussing tables, and dealing with the ego problems that come along with that. The best advice I can say is just shrug it off. Don't take anything personal when they're trying to talk to you, because they don't understand. Like, there's this kid that I really just wanted to shove his face in a deep fryer, but obviously, like, you can't do that to people, and you can't, like, just lock people on or you won't keep your job. So basically I just shrugged it off. I was like, whatever, this is a temporary job. These jobs should just be temporary because your main focus should be going to school. And also with family, it's hard because you want to talk to them, but then like you don't want a pity party or anything like that for the problems that you've gone through and everything. But when family reaches out to you, do your best to reach back out to them and talk to them, because they love you for a reason, and they're asking you to want to be around you because of that. I know it's hard. Your emotions can be cut off. I'll get to that in a little bit later. And friends, it's always great coming back and seeing friends, but it's not like they truly don't understand what you've been through, and you always get asked that question, especially being in infantry like myself, is like, oh, did you kill anybody? And that's the question none of us really want to answer. We always feel uncomfortable. And just say, like, you know, I don't know how many people, and I really don't want to talk about it. I'd rather, you know, just respect my thoughts and everything, and it's not a topic I'm comfortable talking about. And they should understand if they're truly your friends, and don't ever be afraid to cut people out. And which brings me back to finding yourself again. Like, you're getting out, you just went from being like a squad leader to whatever you were doing, a gunner, whatever, to now you're working these jobs that you're like, you know, what the hell is this? You know, like, you can get depressed. For some of us, like myself, I was depressed right when I got out. I went through a horrible divorce, and I started drinking my problems away, and definitely did not help at all, piled on top of all the other problems that I had. So dealing with depression is you have to find a hobby. And it can't be going to the bars and getting drunk. That's not going to help you. I almost killed myself by doing that. I woke up in a pile of my own vomit and realized that's when I needed to make a change. That was my huge epiphany moment, is when I was like, you know, I had to sit down and just ask yourself, you know, like, what made me happy? And, you know, working out and being a goofball is what made me happy before I even joined the Marine Corps. So I asked myself, like, why am I not doing those things? So I started doing those things again, and I relapsed. It took me 8 months to get over drinking and everything, and because I was drinking for the wrong reasons. Now, I'm not saying, like, don't drink or whatever if you don't want to, but if you're drinking for the wrong reasons, that's what's going to lead you further into depression, and it's never good. If you can, like, alcohol is a drug. Like, I don't care what people say, it's not good for you. And it's something else to have, like, a drink with your family and friends, to have a drink with your family and friends. It's another thing to go and get wasted at a bar trying to, like, drink your problems away, because we all know, like, you can never catch that buzz, and when you get to that point to where you're not feeling good no more, you feel if you drink more, you'll catch back up to it, but you never do. And dealing with the relationships, from family to girls to whatever, your emotions can cut off. Like you've probably experienced this. I know I experienced this. Like I had a hard time expressing joy. I had a hard time expressing we get in an argument and it's always, they say like, it seems like you don't even care. Like you're not even here. I can do this right now. I can walk out right now and it wouldn't even matter to you. When really that's not the case. It's just, for example, like when we lost some of our buddies overseas, we have to cut our emotions off because we have to stay focused on the task. And I think that's the thing that can relate to it with relationships and dealing with family members and stuff like that, is we get overwhelmed with emotions that we just don't want to feel, so our emotions just naturally cut off. The best way that I've found to deal with it is I have to take myself out of my shoes and put it into theirs and be like, how are they feeling and how can I respond to that? Basically, you almost have to fake it till you make it type of deal. Like, it's not easy. I remember the first time seeing my grandma, who I love to death. I'm a huge grandma's boy. I couldn't express joy. I was happy, but I couldn't express that I was happy. And it was one of the weirdest feelings ever. And you just have to, like I said, put yourself in their shoes, realize that they're going through emotions, and you have to put yourself, if you care about them, put yourself in their shoes. And I'll go over a lot of these topics more in detail, from relationships to getting jobs and all this other stuff later on in other videos. And then go to school. Don't settle. I know it's hard. I know when you get out, you're wondering like, oh, I'm already this old. I'm already 22 to 24 to 27. I don't know how old you are. But there's people that go to school all ages. And if you're just doing a job just to do a job, like, and pay the bills, you're not living your life. Like, go to school. Like, it definitely helps. It's definitely worth taking advantage of the GI Bill. And a class I would take that personally helped me out a lot was lifetime psychology. I love psychology. I've dug into it more and more. But the most beneficial class I've had was lifetime psychology. It'll help you understand why you're an avoidant person, why you don't want to attach to somebody, why you push people away when you feel like you're getting close to them, and all these other things. Or you can say the exact opposite, why you're trying to hold on to people. And it really helps you get a good center for yourself. Again, this is a quick recap. Like, if you can, when you're getting out on your feet, suck up the ego, suck up your pride, and truly reach out to family. Be like, hey, Grandma, I don't talk to my mom or dad, so when my grandma took me in, it was fantastic because I was actually able to get on my feet, and reach out to them, like, hey, I'm moving back home. I don't really have a place to stay right now. I was wondering if I help pay you rent, or electric bill, or whatever. I totally offer to help out if I can live with you until I truly get on my feet. And if you can live with them while you're going to school, that'd be great too. Me, I decided not to. As soon as I got my jobs, I moved out. But stay with family as much as possible. Make life as easy as you possibly can when you're first getting out. It's weird being a 22-year-old, living with your grandma, but it's better than being a 22-year-old with your grandma moving forward than a 22-year-old that's doing nothing with their life besides working a job to pay the bills and not go further on in your life. Shrug off comments from coworkers that irritate you, because there always is coworkers that irritate you. You're not in the military anymore. You can't just yet somebody up and freaking chew them out and tell them how you really feel. Just suck it up. Just be like, whatever. Remember that job might be everything to them, or this is just a part-time job for you until you get on your feet, go to school, and do the job that you actually want to do. Find yourself. Truly, find yourself. Stop drinking. Drinking is going to prevent you from finding yourself. It prevented me from finding myself for a long time because I was trying to drink my problems away. So just quit drinking. Really sit yourself down and be like, who am I and who do I really want to be? And then go and do that. What makes you happy? And then go do those things. Don't come up with excuses why not to. Make excuses to do that. Instead of reaching for the bottle, reach for the dumbbell. Simple things like that. It doesn't have to be working out. It can be reading. It can be going to cosplay Comic-Cons. It can be anything you want to do. It can be hiking. Find a hobby that you love to do and do it. Get your mind off of everything, because you just need to zone out. And I'll go over emotional decompression. That's what's helped me, finding out how I can decompress my emotions and let my emotions out. And then again, go to school. Definitely go to school. Take advantage of your GI Bill. Doesn't matter how old you are. take a lifetime psychology class, and if you switch majors, switch majors. It doesn't matter. Don't be like, oh, like this is this. If you can't go to community college and pay for it yourself, get financial aid. It's free, it's easy. Do that, and then save your GI Bill up for the universities. Or if you need it for the first semester just to get on your feet, take it that first semester. Just use your GI Bill the first semester, save as much money as possible to pay for the next semester, to pay your rent off. That's another thing, paying your rent off. If you can pay it in like 3 months chunks, like save up, and that'll be great. So overall, like, subscribe, and comment if you like. Help support other veterans to this channel.